this is part 20 of The Wizard of Oz. Now we're on chapter 19, which is Attacked by Way of the Fighting Trees. And Dorothy is absolutely desperate now to get home to Kansas. She tried the winged monkeys, but they're not allowed to go, so that was to no avail, unfortunately. And now she's going to seek out Glenda, the Good Witch, to see if she can help her get back home. Here we go. The subsequent morning, Dorothy kissed the quiet green lady goodbye, and all of them shook fingers with the soldier with the inexperienced whiskers, who had walked with them as way as the gate. When the guardian of the gate noticed them once more, he wondered significantly that they may depart the lovely city to get into new problem. But he straightway unlocked their spectacles, which he positioned lower back into the green container, and gave them many correct desires to carry with them. "You at the moment are our ruler," he stated to the Scarecrow, "so you should come back to us as quickly as feasible." "I certainly shall if I'm capable," the Scarecrow answered, "but I ought to assist Dorothy to get domestic first." As Dorothy bade the best-natured guardian an ultimate farewell, she stated, "I had been very kindly dealt with in your cute city, and every person has been precise to me. I cannot inform you how thankful I am." "Don't strive my expensive," he replied. "We ought to want to keep you with us, but if it's miles you'll want to go back to Kansas, I hope you may discover a way." He then opened the gate of the outer wall, and that they walked forth and commenced upon their adventure. The solar shone brightly as our buddies grew to become their faces towards the land of the south. They had all been within the equality of spirit and laughed and chatted together. Dorothy turned into yet again filled with the desire of getting domestic, as the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman were satisfied to be of use to her. As for the Lion, he sniffed the fresh air with delight and whisked his tail from side to side in natural pleasure at being inside the country again, while Toto ran around them and chased the moths and butterflies, barking merrily all the time.
"City life does not accept as true with me in any respect," remarked the Lion,
as they walked alongside at a brisk tempo.
"I even have misplaced a good deal flesh considering that I live there, and now I am disturbing for a threat to expose the other beasts how brave I even have grown."
They now became and took a final look at the Emerald City. All they may see become a mass of towers and steeples at the back of the green walls, and high up above the entirety, the spires and the dome of the Palace of Oz.
"Oz was not this type of horrific wizard in any case,"
said the Tin Woodman, as he felt his coronary heart rattling around in his breast.
"He knew a way to supply me brains, and superb brains too," said the Scarecrow.
"If Oz had taken a dose of the same courage he gave me," delivered the Lion, were a brave guy."
Dorothy stated not anything. Oz had now not kept the promise he made her. However, he had achieved his nice, so she forgave him. As he stated, he changed into a good man, even though he turned into a horrific wizard. The first day's adventure began through the green fields and brilliant flowers that stretched about the Emerald City on each facet. They slept that night at the grass with nothing but the stars over them, and they rested very well indeed. In the morning they travelled on until they came to a thick timber. There was no manner of going round it, for it seemed to extend to the right and left as some distances as they may see, and, except they did not dare trade the course of their adventure for fear of getting misplaced, so they searched for the location where it would be easiest to get into the forest. The Scarecrow, who became inside the lead, sooner or later observed a huge tree which stood wide-spreading branches that there had been room for the birthday party to bypass under. So he walked forward to the tree, but just as he got here, beneath the primary branches they bent down and twined round him, and the following minute he became raised from the ground and flung headlong amongst his fellow tourists. This did no longer harm the Scarecrow, however. It surprised him, and he regarded alternatively dizzy when Dorothy picked him up.
"Here is some other area among the timber,"
known as the Lion.
"Let me attempt it first," stated the Scarecrow, "for it does not hurt me to get thrown about."
He walked as much as every other tree as he spoke. However, its branches immediately seized him and tossed him, returned once more. "This is bizarre," exclaimed Dorothy. "What we could do!"
"The bushes appear to have made up their minds to fight us and stop our adventure," remarked the Lion. I accept as true as I will strive it with myself,
said the woodman, and shouldering his awl, he marched as much as the first tree that had dealt with the scarecrow so kind of. When a large branch bent all the way down to catch him, the woodman chopped it at it so fiercely that he reduced it in. As soon as the tree started out shaking all its branches as if in ache, and the Tin Woodman handed thoroughly beneath it.
"Come on!" he shouted to the others. "Be brief!"
They all ran ahead and handed beneath the tree without injury, besides Toto, who changed into court via a small department and shaken till he howled. But the woodman directly chopped off the branch and set the little canine free. The different trees of the woodland did not anything to keep them lower back, so they made up their minds that the best primary row of timber should bend down their branches, and that probable these were the policemen of the woodland, and given his first-rate energy that allows you to preserve strangers out of it. The 4 vacationers walked effectively through the trees until they got there to the farther edge of the wood. Then, to their marvel, they determined earlier than them a high wall which seemed to be made from white china. It became smooth like the surface of a dish, and better than their heads. "What let's do now?" asked Dorothy.
"I will make a ladder," stated the Tin Woodman, "for we certainly should climb over the wall."